my dad was in the music industry, my mom was too, and so it was just what was around. Like we had instruments, and my dad was always, you know, with the console in the middle of the living room, and he was always mixing new albums and taking us to the studio, and so like that was the life that was like surrounding me.
So it was very normal for, I mean, this is how you, were other friends going, hey, Colbie, what, you know, are you singing or what's, I mean, because were other kids doing it, or was it kind of like looking at you like, what are you going to do?
Yeah,
you know?
well, I would always, like, I just liked singing around the house, and my friends and family always would say I had a good voice, and that you know, they would always encourage me, like if I'm, you know, they would always ask me to sing anywhere I went. And so with, you know, learning how to play an instrument, my parents, they knew how important it is to be a songwriter. You know, Fleetwood Mac, when my dad was working with them, they would write these songs, and it was just, they got to write about what they're going through in life, and then people connecting. And so my dad was like, you should be a songwriter, not just a singer. And so I learned how to play guitar, and I wrote my first song, and it was the best feeling. So like to have that encouragement from their knowledge and their tools, it was, you know, so beneficial.
I don't want to brush over, by the way, that Colbie just said her father worked with Fleetwood Mac, you know, the band. But I mean, my gosh, producer, engineer, the biggest album in history of music, Rumours, and then it went on to do other albums as well, right? Tusk, and worked with a lot of different artists. That's mind-boggling. All of that was happening in the 70s. When did you realize, oh, my dad's pretty much a rock star, like a legend in music?
Well, see, like we were always raised on Fleetwood, like so it would just always be on, and I loved it so much, and we knew that they were a big deal, but just to, like, I got to borrow a jacket from Stevie Nicks, like to go to the Grammys one year, and we went to like out on John's boat, and like all those little things that growing up I thought was still really cool, but now looking back, I'm like, oh no, that was like beyond cool, like so incredible. But again, because of their experience with it and in producing and even in making the albums, like when they were making Rumours, they were in Sausalito, and they were, you know, in the studio for like a year together, and they just dove in and they wrote the songs, and they like lived that life. And so that's what my dad taught me to do with my music too. It wasn't like, you know, just like logging in and logging out. Like you're there and you create the music, and you just make it become a part of your world.